If you were with me this week for Weird Word Wednesday, we discussed the word Colmekill, and I explained that there was more history to unpack about that word and how it was related to Iona in Scotland and why it was the place Macduff references for burying kings. Well, this week we're going to unpack exactly that history. I'm Cassidy Cash, and this is That Shakespeare Life. Way back in the 6th century, that's 501 to 600, is a man named Colmekill. Now, this is also spelled Colmcille, Colmcille in Irish, or Callumcille in Scots, and even Colbin in Old Norse. But anyway, however you spell it, the man's name was Colmekill. But according to historical record, nobody actually knows if this was his name he had at birth or if he adopted this name later, because at least some of the places that he's lived are now known as Glen Colmekill, for example. And there's a couple other places in Scotland named after him as well. And names, of course, were handled differently back then. So we're not sure which came first, the saint or the place location. But anyway, he's known as Colmekill. And that's not the primary history rabbit trail for today. So we're moving on from his name. He's famous because he was part of a group of Gaelic missionaries who went on several expeditions to Scotland, Wales, England, and parts of France, spreading the gospel. Colmekill is credited with bringing Christianity to Scotland altogether. And he founded several churches in Scotland, but the most famous is a monastery he built along with his disciples on an island called Iona. Iona is only 3 miles long and a mile and a half wide, so it's ridiculously tiny, but it's highly influential. From the island, which operated as a kind of home base for his missionary efforts there for Colmekill and his followers, Colmekill was involved in major events, including giving a benediction at the inauguration of one of Scotland's kings. He and his associates and successors spread the gospel more than any other contemporary group of religious pioneers in Britain, and by the end of his life, he was already regarded as a saint. Colmekill was highly admired by the Gaels and the Picts. Among other services that he provided people there, Colmekill organized the only center of literacy in the region, and his reputation as a holy man led to him being a diplomat among the tribes. Of course, to become a saint, you have to have performed miracles, and I think Colmekill's miracle is really pretty remarkable. Colmekill's miracle included a story of the Loch Ness Monster. Yes, that Loch Ness Monster. It's said that he banished a ferocious water beast to the depths of the River Ness after it killed a Pict and then tried to attack one of his followers. This event earned him great renown, and after which he was visiting the pagan king Brede at Inverness, and he won the king's respect, so much so that from then on, Colmekill played a major role in the politics of Scotland. Colmekill was also very energetic in his work as a missionary, founding several churches across the Hebrides, and he turned his monastery at Iona into a school for missionaries. He was a prolific writer. He wrote several hymns and is credited with transcribing over 300 books. According to traditional sources, Colmekill died in Iona in June of 597 and was buried at the abbey that he helped create. After his death, Iona, the island, was repeatedly invaded and attacked, with the original monastery even being burned down at one point. It was rebuilt by the 11th century. But despite the chaos and warfare that was prolific in this area, the location of Iona and the island itself only gained in its reputation as a revered holy place. And it was the chosen place for burying Scotland, Ireland, and Norwegian kings. And that's why that Shakespeare, in his play Macbeth, Macduff talks about burying the king at Colmekill because it's Colmekill's island monastery at Iona that was famous for burying Scotland's kings. So there you go. That's the explanation for why we're making this reference in Shakespeare's Macbeth. And that's it for this week. Thank you for watching. I'm Cassidy Cash, and I hope you learned something new about the Bard. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.